Hello everyone, I am Professor Santosh Nandal. In today's video, we will discuss about the financial crisis that were in 2008 that may come again, or the recession can take place in the country, because every country they have opened their boundaries, including India, and if there is any recession or financial crisis is taking place, their economy that can be affected also. And banking are such an organization or institutions where the people they have faith that their money is safe in bank. And if they have deposited their money, if they are not able to get back of that money, so what will be the fear in their mind? Whether they will take their money back or not. So today we will discuss about the failure of these Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. So whether they have such alarming situation in India and can create such kind of financial crisis or recession in our country also. So we will have a put highlight on कि Silicon Valley Bank है क्या. Silicon Valley Bank is a very biggest bank of US, and if you see, it's a very old bank because it was established in 1983, and this is the 16th biggest bank in America. Before collapsing, what was the turnover of it? It used to provide services to nearly half of the venture-backed technology companies in US. The bank benefited the tech industry's rapid growth in recent years. The bank's assets, which includes loans, more than tripled from $71 billion at the end of 2009 to a peak of $220 billion at the end of March 2022, according to financial statement of this bank. Now we will see what is wrong, what went wrong with this bank. So this bank is collapsed, and the people they have deposited their money, they have fear in their mind because the bank is closed down, whether they will take their money back. And the many startups which have been started, the loan is given by this bank, including the startups of India. So they have also fear in their mind ki what will be their future and their fate. So now we will discuss ki in small ki what is the shortfall or what is the collapse of this Silicon Valley Bank, which is a very big bank of America. First, the foremost short answer is because this bank does not have enough cash to pay depositing, so California regulations close this bank. So because of having low cash, does not have cash, so they can give the money to depositors back. So this bank is closed by California regulations. The bank's problem regarding the investment, because those who have taken loan from this bank for their startup or for any other purposes, so the liquidity will not be given to that individual or the investor, those who have taken loan from this Silicon Valley Bank. So how many people they can lose jobs? How many people they can lose their ventures? How many people they can have fear in their minds ki what will be their future? So we will have to look upon. If you see the background of this Silicon Valley Bank, if you are tracking it back, so the bank's problem can be traced back if you are going back to the background of this bank, why it is collapsed, why it is closed down. So the bank's problem can be tracked back to its investment decisions after it amassed a fortune. The Silicon Valley Bank invested most of its deposits in government bonds when the interest rates were extremely low. And if any bank is depositing or investing their money in the government bonds, so this investment is very, very safe because everybody keeps trust on government. With bonds considered a safe investment, the idea worked well until the Federal Reserve Bank began hiking interest rates last year to cool inflation. Bond prices fall when interest rates go up. So the first situation that has arisen at that time, because the Federal Reserve, they wanted to control inflation, and by controlling of inflation, so they have hiked the interest rates, and if they hike the interest rates, the bonds, their prices that fall down, because there is a inverse relationship between the interest rates and the bond prices. So ये सबसे बड़ा setback था last year Silicon Valley Bank को. So the people, they wanted to withdraw their money because those who have deposited, so they want cash. Those who have taken loan, they want to withdraw money also. They want to take from bank also because they want to make more investment. And this, because of this situation, by increasing of interest rate and by falling the bond prices, so the people, they did withdrawal requests, and to fulfill their request and to give them money, the bank has started to sell their bonds at the low prices. Despite that, the bank knew that you are bearing the losses, but the bank does not have any choice at all, because by falling the prices of bond, the value of their bond that has declined, and by declining of that bond, so they are helpless to sell to these bonds to give the money to the depositors. So Silicon Valley Bank recently said it took $1.8 billion hit on the sale of some of those securities, and they were unable to raise money to offset the loss. तो इसका मतलब इतना बड़ा इनको नुकसान हो गया 1.8 बिलियन का, और उस नुकसान की वो भरपाई नहीं कर पाए. ये स्टेटमेंट दैट इज गिवन बाय सिलिकॉन वैली बैंक. These announcement created a price panic among their investors, and its stock fell 60%. Because always if you see the share market, many times it is on the speculations, and because of that speculation, the people, they were having their fear in their mind, and the bank that was having the loss $1.8 billion, and because of that apprehension that was creating such doubts in the minds of consumers as well as the customers, so the prices of their share that came down and fall up to 60%. So that was a biggest loss to this Silicon Valley Bank. On March 10, California regulator seized the bank and put the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporations in charge और deposits. तो मार्च 10 को क्या कर दिया, रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी ने क्या कर दिया, इसको क्लोज डाउन कर दिया. और बिकॉज रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटीज, सो दे हैव आल्सो सच एप्रीहेंशन इन देयर माइंड कि बिकॉज द मनी विच इज डिपॉजिटेड बाय द डिपॉजिटर, सो दे शुड रीच to them, otherwise the people, they will lose faith in banking system, and if the people they will lose faith in banking system, that was the biggest crisis in the economy and the biggest fear in the minds of people of that country. Now we will discuss how the US government is handling this crisis. क्या कर रही है US government about this crisis? Nearly $175 billion of Silicon Valley banks deposits are now under the control of Federal Deposits. So the depositors no need to worry about their money that will come back to you. Your money will not be lost. All the Silicon Valley banks assets have been put for auction so that money can be generated that can be given to the depositors. Recently, the UK arm of the bank was bought by HSBC a merely sum of £1. So the government is doing efforts so the people they don't have such kind of panic in their minds. The Federal Reserve has also announced plans for a thorough, transparent and swift for review of the supervision of Silicon Valley Bank that will be publicly released on May 1st, effectively acknowledging that it could have done better. So they are working on it, and on 1st May it will be released that the people, please you don't keep any panic, your money is safe. President Joe Biden promised a full accounting of what happened, adding that he would ask regulators and banking regulators to tighten rules on the sector so the people of this country will not suffer. He also ruled out a ballot package saying that taxpayers' money will not be responsible for losses from the failed bank. So he assured the people of their nation so that taxpayers' money, the loss will not be fulfilled from the money of the taxpayers, and the government will announce a new package for this bank, for this failed bank, and the people, they will get their money back. Now we will discuss what can Silicon customers do now. क्या करें वो भी, क्या कर सकते हैं? The head of the Silicon Valley Bridge Bank, created by US regulators to succeed Silicon Valley Bank, has urged fleeing depositors to return with their money as large banks see an influx of funds. तो क्या किया? He wanted to assure to people of their country, so don't keep any hassles in their mind. Your money will be given back when there is a influx of the fund, जब fund आ जाएंगे. The number one thing you can do to support the future of this institution is to help us rebuild our deposit base, Chief Executive Tim Manopoulos said in a statement. So he also requested to the people of this country to keep faith in us and to help us to build a deposit base for us so that we can return the money to public. Both by leaving deposit with the Silicon Valley Bridge Bank and transferring back deposits that left over the last several days. The FDIC has reportedly said it will cover all Silicon Valley Bank depositors, including beyond the usual cap of $250,000 for FDIC protection. So all the assurance is given to public by the bank authority, by their government, and by the chairman of this Silicon Valley Bank. What can be next for it? The banking experts, including all the economists, they have been among those alarmed at the rapid collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. The demise of this banking that is also hitting the banking stocks around the globe. And India is also, if you see, the share of Indian banks, they are also coming down because we are a globalized economy, and anything is happen in the world that can also create panic in the minds of people of all the countries. Experts say that markets may continue to fall in near future also, the stock market that may fall in near future also. And I think all markets are in for a volatile time in the short term. The fear is reasonable, certainly. It's a human mind. And seeing as this is the largest US bank failure since the 2008 crisis, but I don't think, it's my personal opinion, I don't think it will last long. It's a short, because if you see 2008 financial crisis, that took approximately 2 years and that was lasted. So this is also the same situation will be there. So the people, they should not have to keep in the panic in their minds, the situation that will be good in short period of time. So but what will be looking upon that, if you see what can be the situation, so you can see that what can be the repercussions of this. That the US Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, they may have impact on the other regional banks of US. This is the one situation that can also be happening. Second one is the startups of India, those who are taken, which were established in their country, they have taken their loan from these banks, so there may be panic for them, their speed of growth that can be stopped also. Third, that can be happen. The third which can be happen, the people, they can lose their jobs, because if any institution is closed, including bank, certainly those who are associated for their self-employment activities, they have taken money for investment purposes, they have established their venture, and they are giving the jobs to the people. So not only banking, who are associated with this banking, so they can also lose jobs. So that can be the one kind of recession we can feel. That may be for a short period of time, but we can feel also. So thank you very much for listening. If you do have any question, query, you can put in comment box. Please, if you feel so, you like this video, share and subscribe my channel, Professor Santosh Nand.